All right, you're asking for it, so here it is.
Epicast.
Listen to this.
I want you fucking laughing at we partners pod, kid. You understand? We in here drinking, singing, singing, all that shit, dog. We sweating, getting wet, all that shit. Welcome, people, to the new Quarantine Times special edition of the Drinking Partners live from our respective humble abodes. We've been going through this with you all, and we took some time to digest the gravity of the situation. We had some discussion, and we decided, you know what, the best thing we can do for the people is be a vessel of the outside world. Just be something that allows people to escape the reality, enjoy themselves, and hear great stories from great people. If you're not familiar, I'm half of the hosting tandem, Ed Bailey. I'm joined as always. You can see what I see now with my co-host Dave Bracey. Say what up to the people.
What's good with you people? We are the Drinking Partners, and if you're looking for us, you can find us on epicastnetwork.com/partnerspod. You can find us on iTunes, Stitcher, Libsyn, Google Play, and Spotify.
Googleable.
Under Drinking Partners. You can find us on IG, Twitter, and Facebook at PartnersPod. Man, it's been 200 and some episodes, man. We've been asking y'all, and we will continue to ask you, man. Please hop on iTunes, hop on Facebook, rate and review. That's how we know we're doing well. That's how we let others know that we're doing well. And that's how we continue to do well, man. So please hop on iTunes, hop on Facebook, rate and review.
Look, you love us. You see us in public, or you used to see us in public, and you would tell us that you love us. Now, at the click of a button, please tell the internet, please tell the world. And as always, we said it every episode. We're going to continue to say it. It don't change just because we're virtual. In lieu of rates and reviews, we do accept shots of Hennessy. The only caveat at this point, you have to mail them to me, DM me for the address. I'm going to have them go to my P.O. box, wipe it down with the Sandy wipes. I'm going to do the same. You know what I mean? Show the love to the Drinking Partners. We definitely appreciate you all. Typically, we go through an elongated list of events, but we don't have them right now. These are the events. But I will say, if you watch this, you enjoy it. If you have some critiques, send it to us, man. Let us know. We're doing this for the people. We want the people to enjoy what we do. We want to enjoy bringing it to the people. And one thing that I'm happy about with this first Quarantine Times episode, man, this dude on here, you can see our third member on the screen, man. My introduction to Black Pittsburgh. And when I came to Pittsburgh, I went to Pitt. You know what I mean? And you see Pitt and you meet people in front of the union at that time, and that was all good. But you really get to know a person in their party atmosphere when they can let their head down, and the shadow line was the spot. And he's always been contributing to the culture, man. He's always kept his thumb on what's going on in the culture, always had something going. And we're very happy to bring Justin Strong to the building. Tell you what up to the people.
Hey, how's everybody doing out there in virtual land? Thank you guys for having me on. It's a true pleasure to be part of Drinking Partners. Also like to give a shout out to, you forgot the other sponsor, Let Go. They has a bike for sale. If you want to buy it.
Hey, look, we got to switch hustles, man.
Yo, everything's for sale, man.
Everything's for sale.
These Rona time hustles, man. Welcome to the podcast. It's
no problem. I'm glad I could be on.
It's an honor having you on, man. I guess it only took a quarantine to make it happen.
Man, it's amazing what crises will do.
Yeah, man. Everybody out here trying to, switch things up. And it's been difficult. I mean, like, there's so many different messages, coming from all over the place. So, it's hard to know what to expect. So then it's hard to plan. That's just in our own little like spheres and bubbles or whatever. But you have, a business, multiple businesses that you have to run. How have you adjusted thus far?
I always been having this conversation a while for the last, month and a half. And so I always start with just keeping things in perspective of there's a greater challenge out there that is affecting everybody globally. So business, in a sense, is something that we created. It's so the fact that if we could just wake up and go to sleep and wake up and family's healthy and friends are healthy, for me, that's number one. Number two, if I can, with the dry cleaning business, Strong 2 Dry Cleaners, based in Homewood and downtown Pittsburgh. We did get the go-ahead to be an essential business. We adjusted store hours and then eventually just kept the storefront closed and offered home or office pickup and delivery service, and just kind of adjusted the days that we actually clean. So, it's you gotta just roll with the punches sometimes. It's not going to be an ideal situation, but you can't be selfish in a sense. So, we're able to, keep our main employee on. We're able to still provide a service for customers that are, you need people to go out and people to work to use up clothes to get them clean. So we do have a nice handful of customers that are still out there working that we provide service for.
So what is that? Is that essential business application like? Like, what is the part? Because you've been, Justin Strong has been in essential business since I've been in Pittsburgh, but like, not all of your businesses will pass the test to go. So what exactly are they looking for to determine? And then what sort of sanctions are they putting on you from
Well, when I can't remember what day it was. I know it was a Friday. We got notice that the state was closing non-essential businesses. Laundromats were listed as essential, but dry cleaners were listed as non-essential. And I reached out to a couple of state reps that are friends of mine and was just trying to get some clarity because they said that physical locations had to be closed. So I was like, does that mean closed to the public, but we could still operate and bring clothes to people as long as they're not coming in to a physical location? And then they're like, that's a little bit of gray area. Let me get back to you. And then a couple of days later, dry cleaners were added to the essential list. So I'm not saying I did that, but
take a little credit.
Yeah.
He got the rest of you dry cleaners' money up. You owe him. You should tax him. They weren't talking to state reps. They wasn't in them rooms.
But yeah, so but again, it's based off of demand, so it didn't make sense for us to have the doors open and just sit there or even clean that day if there wasn't enough clothes. So instead of cleaning 5 days a week, sometimes we would clean 1 day a week, sometimes 3 days a week. And we kind of just, roll off, kind of went that way with it. With Spirit, where I stepped down as GM at the end of the year, but stayed on the payroll to do payroll. Obviously that, for them, they had to close, although the restaurant side is able to do the takeout, but with no payroll, so that there was no payroll to do, so that, stopped my couple hours a week there. I'm also on a consulting gig with a development project to be named later. Probably, I don't know when we're going to name it, probably in July of this year, that is still on schedule. It's probably about 18 months away, if I'm not mistaken. But, that's been able to support me during this time. So I've been kind of grateful in that aspect as far as income is concerned.
So what are you drinking on right now?
This is Easton Big Hop.
Okay.
Nice.
Right down the street. And haven't had this in a while. And I'm reminded that I cannot handle IPAs as well as
what?
Oh man. I'll be 42 in June, man. That's like IPAs, the cutoff year is like 38.
Yeah, that's
hold on.
Yeah, I'm holding it sour over here. So
yeah, I'm gonna say 35 if you're employed, 38 if you're unemployed. But after that, it's Pilsners. That's my
Pilsners is your kick.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I'm on this Rusty Rail Luminous White Chocolate and Macadamia Golden Stout.
Ooh, shit.
I'm going for all the syllables with all my drinks. The more I'm picking my beers by how many syllables. I'm going 8 syllables plus.
Is that liquid?
I don't know what it is. It's good as hell.
It's like a gelatin.
It is really good. It's very well done. I've never had a golden stout.
Have you golden shower?
Nah, I'm not participating in one of those.
You ever have a clear shower, something that drank a lot of water?
The clear, damn, that would be crazy. I'm good on that too.
So it's not as bad.
Do you feel cheated? Do you feel cheated if it's clear? It's like,
it's like, come on, man, I ain't signed up. I flew all the way over here to Russia for this.
Hey, yo, we locked in the house, man. People are trying new things.
Oh yeah,
the freaktivity levels of these married couples, I'm sure, have shot through the roof. We've tried a couple things over here.
You're not supposed to use vinyl gloves that way, people.
Hey, man, look.
Gloves are for the protection when you go outside in the public. You use them all wrong.
We each go into public, so we protected ourselves from each other.
Yes,
that's how we look at it.
Yeah.
What's been your like lockdown food like craving? Like it's wild. Like I get into this mode where I like it. Like I know that it's out there, and I know this ain't the end of the world. But I'm like, man, when's the last time I had banana pudding? They still make banana pudding? I could probably grab some of that. Like, I mean, like, it ain't.
Were you just gonna grab banana pudding?
Yeah,
like, it's just food that I haven't eaten in I don't even know how long. But I'm like, I should probably get that in just
in case.
Like,
okay.
So yeah, like I got a bunch of bagels and salmon.
I've been crushing salmon.
Yeah, we've had salmon here a lot too.
Yeah, get the frozen fillets.
True. I got the.
It's weird. You got it. Oh, go ahead.
I got the sous vide. So like you just nice. Boil it while it's in the bag.
Yeah. And
it comes out like perfect every time.
Huh.
So you put it in the vacuum bag, you put it in hot water, you put it at the temperature that makes it perfectly flaky and juicy and all that. You don't lose any of the moisture because it's in this vacuum sealed bag. And then you pull it out and then you sear it on the pan and boom, it's perfect every time, bro. It's the cheat code to meat.
I don't know. I don't trust that. I don't cook my salmon like I drink tea.
Dip it in hot water.
You're steeping some salmon.
But see, I think that brings an interesting point. So I think we have like varying, I guess, perspectives, right? So Dave being full-time self-employed, having more free time to kind of figure out, work with foods and do certain things. You running a business, but your business is kind of shut down to a certain extent, so you have a little more free time. Than I'm essential, so I'm still working every day. So like food, it's not really like trying new stuff. It's like for us, it's like what can we prepare quickly because we got these kids and they say they hungry 2 minutes before they want to eat. Like it ain't like they don't develop hunger. They if I say I'm hungry at 6:48, I need this plated by 6:50. Otherwise, it's gonna be a problem.
Yeah.
So we've been looking at. We done went back to the roots a little bit. We even bought ramen noodles for the first time in a while, just to have a quick bop. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I've stocked up a lot of the Goya black beans. So
Goya.
Yeah, man, you get that and some. I got a rice cooker.
Yeah,
I created some. What did I do? It was the rice and black beans with like a fried egg on it for the morning.
Yeah.
Just different stuff like that. I just made chili in an Instant Pot a little while ago. Got a couple dope ass garlic butter chicken dishes, and I've been buying cans of cranberry sauce and just eating it out the can.
Okay.
But I think that goes to your banana pudding
like
thing.
Pudding?
Yeah, I can see how you're like, if they're gonna find me, they're gonna find me with a spoon and a can.
Is that a normal?
Do you slice it?
Is that just
no slice? No slice, man.
You just
slice it on holidays
out of the can.
Just
You eating
straight
canned shake with
hobo.
cranberry sauce.
Yo, hobo it. It's great with Stella. It goes great with Stella.
Like, do you eat it like right out of the can, or you let it like
Straight.
slide out?
Nah,
And then
nah. We don't got time for that. I've eaten one in the car.
Wow. Yo. Wow.
Like pre-Rona. There's nothing
Yo, I would.
to see for the world. There's no threat. Just
This was just you. This was just Justin being Justin.
man,
I would love to roll up on somebody and look in and see him crushing a can of cranberry sauce. I feel like I have the right as a stranger to be like, "Yo, you good? Like, are we cool with you being here?"
I'm gonna act like I didn't even see that shit. Like it was like, oh. Like
I've identified a threat, fam.
Like, I don't even want to look any deeper into your lap, sir. I'm sorry.
Is that see something, say something moment?
That's how I'm taking it.
You get.
Because here's the thing.
You get at least.
I don't have a plastic spoon. It's a metal spoon.
So you took a spoon from the crib.
Oh yeah.
you walk by a car, you look in like,
Ding, 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 ding.
You hear it. He got silverware in the car and eating cylinder-shaped cranberry
giant
sauce.
eagle. Parking lot.
It's not the
Sitting outside waiting for some food.
You know what I mean?
Food.
It's not the same as a Grey Poupon commercial, but you probably just have your spoonful. Just like, you want some?
We had reports of a man out here with cranberry sauce.
It's delicious. Next time you go get your pudding.
So how have you managed? I mean, we call it social distancing, but really it should be physical distancing. You being such a presence on the social scene here in Pittsburgh, like how have you found yourself, or how have you? I know you got to feed that somehow. You know, I don't think you can just go cold turkey socially. Outside of just Zoom, what sort of things are you doing to stay engaged?
Ironically, what a lot of people don't know about me is I'm very much like a introvert, I guess, so to speak. Like, I've been enjoying the slowdown, enjoying not doing anything. So I'm pretty much the opposite in my personal life than I am with business, you know. So even back in the
feel that
with Shadow, and when we had like all three rooms going, you typically will find me in like the least packed room. Or if it was like too packed, if it was like everything was jamming and everything was cool, I would like be in the basement. Just watch it, taking breaks, and I'll go up. I don't know what that's from. Probably just developed over the years, you know, starting Shadow when you're 21, so your whole 20s.
Mm-hmm.
Most people are not on that end. They're enjoying the social aspects of that era of their lives. And, you know, I'm sitting there keeping an eye on everybody, making sure they ain't.
I was gonna say you probably look at social settings from a whole different point of view. You're looking for you're troubleshooting the whole night, whereas everybody's being free. Yeah.
So what's gonna mess up my insurance? You know.
Yo, that's a grown ass thing to say at 21.
Yeah, but so it kind of I don't know. You know, I'll probably go to therapy to figure that out. But it probably took some of the fun out for me. But you know, when I would have a night off, even recently, especially with we started a friend of mine, Sarah Jive, and my man Iwa, we started doing the Dope Ass People events at Tana Ethiopian Night, and that was kind of like my own little, like I needed something for that I was looking for personally to hear in a certain setting and a certain vibe. So that one was a little bit more tailored to my own taste, and I could just dance and not, you know, it's not my spot. Everything's covered. I could just
were we at one of those days? Was that the one we saw you at? We saw you at Tana. I don't know.
I think that was was that February with Shay Cobain, or was
it was at that the spot on is that Center?
It was at Tana. Yeah, it was Tana.
The Ethiopian one.
Yeah, it was at Tana, Ethiopian. I don't remember if that was a birthday party or what, but it was a specific vibe.
Yeah, that was that.
Hmm.
Was that so?
Yeah, I do like that vibe.
I love nice, intimate, well curated things.
Hmm.
Those don't necessarily make money, so those are kind of like things I'll do and sometimes just put money into, just so it exists, and it's something that I can experience. And then if like-minded folks want to experience with me, that's great. And then there's larger things that are more work related. And that's where I'm like, not necessarily babysitting, but definitely like a conductor of the night and just make
Right.
everybody cool, everybody straight, everybody got what they need. And you're like, you can't wait till 2 o'clock.
Yeah.
Those nights you're like, oh, come on, man.
Yeah.
All right, thanks for coming out. Come on, get it.
Yeah. I mean,
it's
when you putting the party on, like you can't, like you really can, like have fun. You can enjoy what you do,
Yeah,
and like you can have a good time, but like you can't just like let your hair down. I mean, it's work,
nah,
and that's the
right.
thing.
You can't get lost in any particular moment.
you
Yeah. I mean, that's the
jam
thing.
in like, ooh, ooh, ooh.
Truth. At any given moment, a fire could break out, and like you got to snap right back into
Yeah.
whatever. And I think it's a weird place to be. I don't think people fully understand because like it's a skill trying to balance the social
Right.
with the business in those atmospheres. You know what I mean, and like like people see you in that, and they think like, oh yeah, it's a party, so let's converse, let's like
Yeah.
drink this that, the other, and you're like, hey, I'm cool, but but so cool, I'm still I'm still
Yeah.
working.
Right. I put the
I
flyer together.
definitely,
Yeah, like
turn down drinks or even that spirit towards the, end of my tenure. We got some non-alcoholic Heinekens in. So I will grab like a NA Heineken or ginger beer if someone to buy me something, depending on the speed of the night or if we had multiple floors going on.
I feel some type of way if I offered you a drink and you got a non-alcoholic Heineken.
But I'm at work.
I got kids, bro. Just let me keep my money. Just let me. You know what I'm
Hey,
saying? Like,
you ever have a non-alcoholic Heineken with some cranberry sauce?
oh,
It's amazing.
yeah, I mean, like, the non-alcoholic honey, I'd be like, you can just get a Coors Light for all that. Like, I mean, that's the one time I might just go ahead. Like, at least the mountains is blue or something. You know what I mean,
It's
I mean, it's going to have about the same amount of effect.
It's like, I don't want a beer, but I don't necessarily need water. Coors Light. There we go.
Coors Light,
That
man.
in between. It's like tap water.
Right?
it's the water coming out of the side of the house when you about to wash
Oh,
the
the
car.
spigot hose.
Yeah, the spigot water.
There's more alcohol on the dew outside of the can.
Yeah, that hose water tastes like snail feet. Ugh.
Let you had been hooping though.
Oh,
Yo, if you was if you was hooping, that it's like Gatorade.
Yeah.
It's like Michael's secret stuff, man. You
I
drink
want to
that
see that
hose
commercial.
water, your crossover is amazing after that.
Yeah.
So what do you? So I'm interested. So now we don't know the fallout from all of this, right? And you being invested, in the social scene. What do you think the social scene will look like moving forward? And then how do we continue to cultivate Black spaces? Because I mean, I'm looking for it. I'm still searching for a consistent, what I'm saying,
Yeah.
Shadow Lounge vibe, like
Yeah.
consistent, vibe. Like, how do we create that when we don't really know what the hell everything's gonna look like?
Yeah. Yeah, there is obviously we're dealing with a unknown that is outside of our simulation of capitalism, right?
Mm-hmm.
So this virus does not have a target date or quarterly sales forecast to hit. Like it's just like, yeah, I'm done when I'm done. So we can project. We can say, all right, I think we can ease out, but if there's backlash, like there's nothing you can do about it until a vaccine's made or there's enough time for it to dissipate. So with that being said, I think on the social scene, excuse me, I think this new wave of creativity with the live streaming, whether it's on Facebook or IG Live, has definitely created a market that I think is going to last past the Rona.
Yeah.
And I think there's going to be a lot of people that, even like me, that I like kind of chilling in the house sometimes.
Yeah, I might sit in this bag for a while.
Mhm.
And it's like, yo, there might be a show I want to see. And if they increase their streaming capabilities, not just on someone's phone, but actually invest into some streaming platforms. And this is one of the things with the project I'm consulting on now, we just kind of added into the mix. Whereas like this has to be a part of it, because I could see people just like, I'll rather stay at home and watch a football game than go see it live. So I think a lot of folks, yeah, oh man, I can't stand going to, I was about to say Three Rivers.
Damn.
I mean, quantum leap up in here.
To the hill.
By the igloo. We get some eyes, leave, go down the igloo, you know. But at Heinz, can't remember what it is. But yes, I think you're going to have a number of people that will love to watch streaming if it's quality audio. A lot of this stuff on IG, I'm like, I want to get into it, but it sounds terrible.
Yeah, audio quality, man. I mean, if that's the thing that we've learned here is everything. And I'm the same way, because I mean, these DJs are keeping me alive, man. Like, I love the fact that, like, you know, just about every day of the week, you know, like from 5 p.m. on, you could probably find some kind of DJ somewhere live streaming,
spinning,
and you know, I mean, just a little energy in the background or whatever, and like, you know, and then they got the Venmos or whatever, so you could throw them a couple of dollars. Yep. It's much cheaper than driving into the city, than paying the covers, than the split and everything else. Even with the artist, you're getting that money directly.
Yeah, so yeah, that's a good point. That's,
you know, like it's a great model to have, and like, but you know, again, it's the sound quality where, like, you know, sometimes like you know, it's not quite there. But I think that right now, I mean, I've seen enough. It's cheap enough to get the proper quality. I mean, it's not that hard. It's just a matter of knowing what to grab and actually investing in it. And, you know what I mean? And when I say invested, I'm talking about like less than $100 will get you sounding pretty proper in most things that you're doing. You just got to have the right chords, you know?
Yeah. So I could see one, you know, paywalls for specific events that could even be cheaper than regular walk-up tickets. If you're dealing within a venue, you're limited by capacity of that venue and locations. Yeah. So, I maybe only get like 200 people in this spot at $10. So I'm capped at $2,000 revenue for that evening, so to speak, if all 200 people stayed or whatever. But if I'm live streaming and I'm doing $2 and I got people all over the world jamming in, and I get 10,000 people, you know, coming in, then that's a whole new ball game.
Yeah.
I think though, when I sit back and look at it, I think there are a couple barriers. One, I think, you know, if this is the model moving forward, the technology to support the demand, I think has been the issue thus far. Mm-hmm. I think big business is going to try to get in there and patent that or something, because they ain't just going to let, you know what I'm saying, these individual artists get straight to the bag. And then two, you know, while we enjoy it now, like I'm with Justin as far as like, yo, I'm taking this time to kind of, you know, incubate myself with me and my family and kind of decompress. But like for that young 24-year-old dude who just got his first gig, he got a little money in his pocket. Yeah, he want to watch Swiss Beats DJ with a bunch of people, but he want to meet that shorty that he ain't never met before, you know, buy a drink and stuff like that. And there's no replacement for that physical interpersonal interaction. Like on virtuals, you can't because it ain't like I don't know, Dave, if y'all had this, but growing up we had the chat room. You could call the chat line, and then you could take Shorty off. She could duck off in the private room with you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But we was teenagers. Like we didn't, I mean, it's easy to get a teenager to duck off to the room, but a Shorty with a degree, she not going off to the room with you.
and real quick, we're talking about teenagers when you were teenagers back then.
Right. Well, y'all shouldn't have been on. Y'all should have.
I just gotta put it out there because
if you was on the chat line,
people get my AOL disc.
True.
But I can see people throwing house parties. Once you're able to congregate, say they're not like gatherings over 50 people. Like, fine, I'll throw a little house party, 30 people to a live stream. Almost like people go over to UFC fights or boxing matches. So I'm kind of looking at it in that under those models where people have parties.
Oh shit! Even for like establishments, paying like setting up the live stream, and instead of paying a DJ, you can that could be something. Like we had a party.
Hey, let's take this offline real quick. Take this offline.
Money moves. My bad. Money moves.
But I mean, I think that, I think the technology is there.
Yeah.
I just think that the focus wasn't there.
I think YouTube is great. YouTube and even Facebook. If you could get past the copyright laws.
Yeah.
And that's just a matter of like your ASCAP, BMI, and CSAC issuing a smaller product out there to clear folks. So it's like instead of paying like as a venue, you pay a crazy amount in publishing rights fees to ASCAP, BMI, and CSAC, and each one will go after you. And each one is based on your occupancy permit and how many live shows you have a day versus how many DJs you have, and they come up with this formula, and it's ridiculous. It doesn't make any sense, but they can also jam you up if they want to. So same thing's happening on the online formats where they're kicking you off because they're saying you're playing copyright music. So if these clearinghouses want to get into the game, which I'm pretty sure they're trying to figure out how to do this, then people can like sign on and get like a per hour permit, so to speak, whether that be $5 or $10 per hour.
You know, for licensing for the music.
Yeah, just some licensing.
But even outside of DJing, you're talking about original music, any type of art form that you have. We now have the ability, and we have. I think we've had the technology. The interest wasn't always there, but like this younger generation, they're in the house, man. They're in the house. They're like, they're not. Their goal isn't to own cars and run around and do all that or whatever. Like they're all about the sharing. Capitalism ain't the wave. You know what I mean? Like, how can I connect from a distance? And like, it's more of an option. And I think that like, it took something like this to kind of like make everybody look at it. But like you said, I don't think that it's going anywhere. And I think that, to not have it as a part of your repertoire moving forward is foolish. You know what I mean? Like everything for some people, maybe, you know what I mean? Like, and then for some people, they're in something that just really doesn't, fit into that. But for the vast majority, most
stand-up comedy.
Yeah, most artists can kind of like get away with doing. I mean, even with comedy, to some degree, some shows, like especially like say like the hurry up and say something shows that we put on or whatever. I mean, like
that's not gonna fly.
Something like with something that's more improvisational. That like you're not like taking this material and utilizing it for an album or anything like that. That's material where like you can have a packed crowd of people, but also offer that same subscription service or whatever, like that stream or whatever. So like you said, you can get as much in, and then here, you have that as well. And the technology and the services are going to, if they're not available now, like Zoom is here now, but I mean, how many different Zooms are we going to have and tailors, to different needs a year from now?
That's what I'm trying to see. I'm trying to see, what Justin was talking about with the back office shit. Like we look at, all right, how is the social aspect going to change, right? How are we going to link up? But to really like get deep and be like, well, how people going to monetize the link? because these businesses they ain't folding. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like airlines, you know what I'm saying? All these airlines might fold, but like people who own content and information, they ain't folding. Like
yeah,
they, so it'll be interesting to see how this looks forward. And then for the creator or the creative or whatnot, like how do you get your stuff out there and then monetize it, right? Because with music, what you saw was people getting the music straight to the people and then capitalizing off the shows. And then some people taking the YouTube money and just flipping that. But a lot of it was, we gonna go independent. We gonna give Justin this music, right? He can get the song at any point. But then he's gonna pay $35 to come down to Mr. Smalls to see me, and I get all that money because I don't sign a deal. How do you do that moving forward when everyone's like, yo, I'm just gonna listen to the music at home at all times? Like,
I think I've seen a couple of live performances in quarantine that people have done. So it's not just DJs doing it. I think people can, same way you set up a DJ set. And I'm thinking this after we're able to gather more than like 10, 20, 30 people. So you can still, again, whatever type of performance that you had to offer, I think there has to be a streaming component to it. And I think music, Eric Badu did I think 2 concerts, and they were like $1 or $2 per, and she had like 100,000 folks watching or some ridiculous amount. So it's just like, $1. See Eric Badu?
Yeah.
When I saw her, we went
she
down.
She didn't even have to sing.
Yeah, we went down.
Yeah. For $1?
I watch Erica Badu sit on her couch and watch The Last Dance.
watch her make some ramen noodles.
I'll watch it. Hey, listen, I paid $1 for these noodles. Why not pay $1 for her?
Erica Badu dust in her living room. Live.
Yeah. Just watch it.
Badu takes a nap.
It's taking now. You definitely have that. There's a specific category of dudes pay more than $1.
I'm in that category with Badu. I'll watch that Sage Bird
on Fort Worth, man.
So speaking of Badu, she's got the Jill Scott battle coming up on Mother's Day. I'll ask this to both you and Dave. What's been your favorite versus battle so far? And then what's the one that you want to see? So mine was the Timbo. Who was it? Timberland Swiss. Timberland Swiss.
Yeah.
And I want to see Jodeci versus Drew Hill.
Jodeci Drew Hill would be dope. I feel like it would have to be. Well, yeah.
You can't wear a shirt.
They were both.
You can't have a shirt on.
And JoJo, the very flagrant. Because I was going to say Jodeci, maybe 112, but they don't really. Yeah.
I do 112 versus Jagged Edge.
See, Jagged Edges.
They have enough.
They in a category they own, man. They it's a. Because they it's wild because they got maybe 2 songs that I fucks with, and the rest of them, man, they was for a different type of dude, man. Jagged Edge.
I was that dude then.
I honestly with the I can't get past the audio.
I know that's what I'm saying.
Crazy. So I would love to see one with good audio.
Truth. I tuned into one. And it was the RZA.
Oh my God! I actually set my alarm for that one.
Yeah, the RZA Primo. For me, I was so heated, fam. I was so heated.
I knew that one wasn't gonna fly. That was 2 old dudes trying to work.
But see, I like the commentary, the talk in between, the stories. That was great.
Yeah.
I could just listen to that and just don't play your music. And really the community chiming in was the funniest stuff.
Yeah.
The after the fact. If they moved it to YouTube or something like that, I know people are talking about Twitch now. I can't get into it. I did on YouTube. Did you see the Dion Cole and was it Tony Roberts?
The roast.
Oh, yeah, they're ripping on each other. Oh,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I see.
that.
Those are two. Those are two of my very underrated comedians. Like
Oh my
people
God.
don't pay them enough attention.
Oh my goodness.
Tony
It
Robbins funny as
was
hell.
classic.
Tony
He
Robbins
said he
funny
had
as hell.
what was the one line say he got a tattoo on his thigh on directions on how to drink milk.
I just
I
the
was losing it.
creativity is crazy, man.
Yeah.
Like just what people doing. I really want to see Swiss, monetize that versus where he creates his own platform. Like
Yeah.
we too often we run to big business to make it like we got this great idea and we
Hmm.
run to big biz like, all right, make this functional. You know what I'm saying? And like I feel like he's established enough to where he could get the research, get the platform set up to do it. Because I would always watch versus.
Yeah.
Oh
So
man,
I
what?
feel
I
Go
feel
ahead.
like I feel like, and here, I mean, I don't know, man. It's wild because you say they have these, and we've seen all these like audio technical issues, and it's like I guess it's for me it's sobering and it's wild because you don't expect like these legends in like in the music biz to have audio issues. Yeah, I mean, like,
yeah, but Instagram ain't gonna let you get that bag on your own. They
Yeah.
gotta throw a monkey wrench in that. They
I
can't
think
let it go smooth.
what it is, the person who's hosting it, so on the split screen, the person on the top, you hear clearly.
mm,
Person that comes on, like they may be sounding good on their end, but it's that second person that comes on that is always off, is what I've been seeing.
so it's more of like the platform
Yeah, it's
error.
just the platform. But if you
Mm.
look at what are all those battle MC leagues?
Or like URL
Yeah, I
and
think a couple of them have
RDE and all that.
are getting their own sites. And so, like again, the technology's there. You can have a website, people can pay a subscription, and you have live streaming with from multiple locations, and that can maybe put like a 15-second delay on there, so if someone's on the back end, kind of editing and stitching together and making some adjustments on the fly, but it's there.
But battle rap is in a sweet spot because it has notoriety, but it's not such a big business that it's threatening these large companies. I mean, I'm a conspiracy guy, so I'm thinking Instagram is throwing these problems in there because why would I, as Instagram, allow you, Swiss Beats, to monetize my platform to a certain degree when I can charge you some whatever to make it work? And I know the internet can work. Like I know you could bring in hundreds of thousands of people online. They using their own individual networks. Like
Yeah.
this shit is all magic anyway. Like I don't know how I'm talking to Justin and Justin. I don't know how I'm looking at Day on his porch with the bike in the background. I don't know how none of this shit works. But if it's working with us three, why can't it work with other people? We ain't on the same bandwidth, I don't think, or whatever. But maybe I'm wrong. But like I think if we get our own, like if we can develop our own platforms, or the individuals who came up with that, like develop your
Yeah.
own platform. Versus should be an app and they
Yeah,
just upload battles and you pay for your subscription.
Yeah.
I think the issue with most things is that people don't like to stray from their social
That
media.
too.
You know what I mean?
That
Like if
too.
you're on Twitter, like you know what I mean, like I don't, and again, I'm old, so that's part of the reason. But like, I'm not on like TikToks and all these other different, you know what I mean, like apps or whatever, but I see a lot of the content because it gets shared onto the apps that I'm
Right.
on.
Right.
I mean, like so I think the issue is with trying to build something that is successful enough to make the app. And typically you have to start that by utilizing, you know what I mean, like making it easy on like the Instagrams or
Right.
Facebooks or whatever. You know what I mean, and
Right.
then once you get enough and you go, hey, like, and you kind of like it's a,
Yeah, this is a
A
thing. Or
segue. Hey,
this is self-sustaining. Yeah.
we're taking it over here.
yeah. And that's what I think. I think, like you said, I think we're seeing the beginning of a lot of different platforms now on what is right now the easiest and most accessible, like platforms. But as this continues and people are building off of those, then we're going to start to see the splinter of these various, apps and other platforms, that'll, and hopefully, again, I mean, I think as always, the issue is monetization. on both ends. You have to, as the app or whatever, you have to, monetize it. But as an artist, I need to be able to use it and still be able to afford it and still make money. I mean, like, and that's what, and like, even with the, cause I know you were saying how in Pittsburgh, like you got to pay more than $5 to get into a spot. I mean, like it's the model, with live shows at times doesn't work because, it's not advantageous for most people because you can't get, because it's like, all right, well, the venue needs to make enough money to keep the lights on. I mean, like the artist got to keep making enough money for gas money. I mean, like the producer got to make enough to actually put all this time and effort in the, so it's all these various things. And I mean, with this new, technology moving forward, and like, for me, that's my biggest worry is like, how do you make it profitable, for, both the artists and for the people that are building these apps? Apps are expensive as shit to make. I mean, they're not just like, let me, build it like, so they're like Build-A-Bear. You just like build an app, right? And like, I just wanted to, I wanted to talk to people and I wanted to, communicate and like, and you just put it in there and then boop and then bake that shit. Like them is grands that you got to invest just to get it off and then hope that people will actually use it.
Well, you
got to find
something
people to put it together.
Something just popped in my head was I wonder after the dust settles and people are actually comfortable with going out in crowds, is now the time to reset the standard for Pittsburgh, the standard going out cover fee. Like to actually just like, look, it should have been $10 on the weekends minimum a long time ago. And now, no, 10.
Yeah.
Because when you're doing $3 or $5 covers here and there, it's not much in the pockets for savings, not much in the pockets for health care. There's not much in the pockets for a whole bunch of things. And then we get hit with something of this magnitude. And it's like, man, where's my money from all these gigs I was doing? And I think that's also something to look at.
Did 100 gigs made $100?
Yeah.
Right. And you have to, as an event planner, you have to put the value on the event too. And I think there's so much pressure from the consumer to be like, make it affordable, that we take a step back in making it exclusive to a certain extent. Like, if you want to have this time, you're going to have to pay this fee, this premium. You know what I'm saying? Like, not because I want to make money, but this is a $15 experience.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Everything that's coming into it. The drinks is clean, the service is quick, the music is right, the aesthetics are there, the women are here. You know what I mean, all that shit is coming with it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even like, and I feel you what you're saying on just like $10 should just be it. $15 shouldn't be like, and don't get me wrong. You come to a drinking partner show, you spend $15, you're gonna get crazy, like way more than what you're paying. You know what I mean? Like you spend $20, you're gonna get way more than what you're paying. You know what I mean? Like, but like we kind of have to do that because the ceiling, like, is like the bar is so low. Like that same experience in any other major city would be double that easy.
And that's what I'm saying. Now's the time. So here's the thing. If the majority of promoters and creators said, look, even if you're a DJ and you're getting booked for something, say if I'm playing this party, it has to be at least this amount. If everybody just locked arms, then all the consumer's going to do is go, oh, how much? Oh, I'm not coming here. They go a couple places down. Oh, how much? Oh, that's the same price. After they realize that, oh man, that's what it is. Okay.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, it becomes normalized.
Right.
If you go to another city and you're like 20, that's crazy. Come on, let's go down here. 40, let's go back to that 20 place. all of a sudden, that 20 is real obtainable, right? And it sounds real reasonable.
But I mean, I think that what ends up happening though is, and like, I mean, and honestly, the way that we got in, like, at least so what happens is that you do have some sort of, you have a standard of some sort, but like the new kids on the block are going to come in and they're like, all right, look, I can make it happen with, $5. You know what I mean? And they go to a venue that, like, is just trying to be resurrected. and they need, like
Need bodies.
they need some folks in there. They're like, all right, I'm gonna throw you this show, and then they throw, and they put it on, and it's $5, and it may or may not be, whatever, but like people see that, and then they like expect it. They go, well, I went to that show. It was $5, and probably was worth $5. So like, why would I take the risk on, like, so how do you because like, some producers that have been in it for a while could easily, I mean, some don't even, do anything less than that or whatever. But like, how do you, I guess, kind of like not police it, but how do you kind of incentivize other artists to not undercut so much that it,
I mean,
whatever.
Yeah, it will have to be a collective effort, and so I don't know, public shaming. I don't know what it would be, but it will have to be like, yo, we have to get Fridays, Saturdays has to be 10 if there's any form of entertainment.
Yeah.
After 9 o'clock.
I think too. Oh, go ahead.
It's $10. I don't care if it's just a DJ playing like some hidden lo-fi stuff, or a comedian, or someone on a guitar, whatever. You have to get the consumer behavior adjusted on what their expectations are. And during this crisis, expectations are real flexible right now.
Right.
So it's harder to do this prior to this because everybody's moving and grooving. I can't turn the ship midstream. It's going to... But now it's like, yo, we are here. We're not doing anything. Can we get... Even if we're literally just calling every venue, calling every main promoter we know, calling every main artist we know and say, look, can we try to do this out the gate and everybody just hold tight for a month or 2 months and put on blast and alienate anybody that goes under and lowballs us? Because once you kind of get the consumers adjusted to that, dude, it's like 100 people at $5 or 100 people at $10. The production is so much better. Like,
and that's
ridiculous.
And that's what I wanted to get to is I think we're looking at it from the perspective of, conditioning folks. And I think you do have to condition folks to a certain extent, but I do think we have to, as producers, and not just us on this call, but just in general, when we look to put these things out, which we need to try to create an experience, right? Because I think in Pittsburgh, what's happened is the go out has always been looked out as a release from the work week, right? This is a blue collar city, so you go out to drink, you go to see people you know when to drink. Yeah. Whereas when you go to these other cities and they're charging these prices, there's a whole experience. There's this couch, there's this VIP. All of a sudden,
there's a band in another room.
Tyrese might walk in because there's a whole vibe around it. And so the conditioning has to be, look, I'm putting on an event. This event's going to have this sort of feel, this sort of vibe, and it's going to cost this much. Now, you can pay the same amount down the street and get a different vibe, but you're going to pay the same amount to get the same level of quality. But we separate via vibe, not just we look at convenience here, right? Everybody got their local watering hole. Southside is basically you go bar hopping, you get free drinks, you walk in for free, and some people let black people in, some people don't. Like, it's just like,
I mean, you were wearing a hat.
Yeah. It's a pink hat. If you don't let a brother in a pink hat, you think I'm a threat. Like,
you knew you had a hat on when you left, sir.
But I think that it's gonna happen because now you're not fighting with the bar down the street. You're fighting with my local Wi-Fi at the crib.
Yep.
What is it that's going to bring me out?
That's excellent. That's a good point. That's good. Segue that in. Done this before.
So we this has been dope. This is actually again for this being our first episode. We really appreciate you being our guest. This is
honor
kind of for the fences type thing, and you're mad honored. We got some kinks to work out and whatnot, but I mean it went pretty smoothly, and we thank you for it. As we're wrapping up, before we go, carrying over a tradition from the olden days, BC,
BC
Before
Rona,
Corona. You know what I mean?
BCC.
What is your
Oh, don't look
what
up
is your
BCC.
form of
Oh,
potato?
that's a different one. What'd you say?
What's your
Ah,
favorite
shit,
form
you
of
snuck
potato?
that in.
Yeah.
You snuck that in. Fuck. That was smooth because I wasn't ready. I thought you was rapping it. I thought you was
Oh,
Yeah.
asking for his
Nah,
credentials.
Justin? What's your favorite form of potatoes?
Oh, I've been making chips.
That's your favorite
I'm
form?
making Corona chips. So I just been slicing
Like,
up red potatoes and deep frying them in oil on the stove.
Ooh.
And then
homemade chips.
yeah, some kosher salt. Oh, and I've been doing or I'll do lemon pepper on them and have lemon pepper.
Ooh,
Yeah, come on now.
lemon pepper
With some
chips.
cranberry sauce.
You gotta sell that to. Listen, you gotta sell the lemon pepper chips to Rap Snacks. Get the
Dude, I've been putting that on everything. I'm about to make some Brussels sprouts, some roasted Brussels sprouts, with lemon pepper on them.
We're gonna see the Rick Ross Rap Snack brought to you by Justin Straw. Pittsburgh will take all the credit.
Yes.
There are a few things. There are a few things that would make me call the cops, man. But if I saw a man eating cranberry sauce out of the can in front of my crib,
I'm
Just
assuming he
clanking
got the homeless gloves with the tips cut off.
Ooh, because he's still cold. And he just, I want everybody to go home and try it. So
Look, if this go on a little
I think
longer,
most people at home got to go buy a can of cranberry sauce.
yeah, they're there.
we only get that at Thanksgiving.
Well, yeah. After
So look,
it was kind of thin during Easter, but now they stocked up. I've been getting savings on my get-go. All my Advantage card points. I stay printing out coupons like, damn, cranberry? Coupon has a question mark on it. Like, based on the algorithms, you love this shit.
based on that. So look, we gotta give you the opportunity. We know you're still open for business as far as with Strong Dry Cleaners. You 90. What was the
90.
article in City Paper? 90 years in
last month,
business?
April 1930 to last week.
So congratulations on that.
That's crazy.
Super essential.
I look good.
It
it's
feels
the
good
cocoa
to be
butter.
in an essential.
I look young. For my age. It's cocoa butter.
Super essential. Dry cleaners ain't going nowhere because they keep making suits, and suits keep not being able to be put in your whirlpool at the crib.
No, don't do that. Don't do that.
So let the folks know where they can find the business that you have open right now, what you got going on for the future or whatnot. Any information you need to get out there, let the folks know.
Excellent. They can always visit our website, strongfabriccare.com. You can find us on Yelp as Strong 2 Dry Cleaners. On Google, I think, we're ranked pretty high, I believe. Yelp, we got both locations in the top 10, if I'm not mistaken. Our downtown store is the top dry cleaners in the city.
There we go.
So, or according to Yelp. So we're there. We'll come to you. So I have my number on the website. You can text me, call me. I'll come pick up. And then once we get past this Roniness, we'll open the store up. Not as I am going to adjust, not as much as usual, but we'll have limited hours. We do have a crowdfunding campaign launching this Friday for a specific project we're doing. That we're going to be increasing our capacity to clean medical grade uniforms, so to speak. So we're going to bring in a couple new pieces of equipment. So people that want to invest and participate in, fighting this bull enemy we have and increasing the infrastructure capacity that we have in the region. That's one way they participate, but they'll see that out in like the next week or so online as we do the fundraising for that. But yeah, just everything's on the internets.
Yeah, we'll get that link for that fundraiser. We'll get that link in the episode description. Day, let the folks know where they can find us. Don't give them the address while we're sitting on our porch.
unless you want to buy a bike.
It's true.
I'm about to look. I'm about to monetize. I'm about to have people sitting outside on my lawn while we record these episodes.
It'd be $1.
Yo, shout out to Cellar Works. Man, they brewed this fruit whip, this dark berry fruit whip that I've been drinking. Man,
You up there?
It's a smooth sour ale with blackberries, black currants, boysenberries, raspberries, lactose, and vanilla. Yo, man, this shit is like it's a fruit smoothie.
Like drinking an incense flavor.
Yeah, I don't even know what a boysenberry is.
I know. This is a non-champa. It's real good. It
tastes like cranberry sauce.
Yeah. Kank.
Yo, shout out to them. And we are the Drinking Partners. If you're looking for us, you can find us on epicastnetwork.com/partnerspod. You can find us on iTunes, Stitcher, Libsyn, Google Play, and Spotify under Drinking Partners. And you can find us on IG, Twitter, and Facebook at PartnersPod.
Hey, listen, we want to thank you all for sitting through this with us, man. And, you know, we're going to be a vessel. We're going to get through it. We're going to navigate. We're going to have a good time, man. We want to thank gentlemen like Justin Strong for bringing those good vibes to the city, good dry cleaning and all. And, you know, as always, Drinking Partners is the crew. Epicast is the family. And we out of here.
Fuck Trump.
I don't know how we signed off on this, though.
I know. Someone had a meme about this the other day, and I'm trying to sign off.
News is signed off. We still got episode left. I just came out of this.
You got more drinks?
Nah. Yep.
Oh, okay. I know. I gotta get a bigger glass on this thing. So I was through this beer a while ago.